First thing we're going to want to do, we have some trim kind of along the front here. We have this piece in the middle. We want to just lift up and just remove that piece of trim. Then we have kind of these pieces here. You want to lift these up as well. And this trim actually is in the headlight housing. So you want to basically, you just kind of pull it back up to like this point here. There's kind of a section and there's a bolt, but it's still going to be attached to the headlight housing. If you want to take it off, you might just want to do that after you get the headlight out. But at this point, you can kind of just leave it like that. We're basically just kind of getting it disconnected from the bumpers here. So just lift up there. You can see we're good. It may look like it's still attached there, but we are disengaged. So now that we have the trim pieces back, if we come to kind of where that middle piece is, there's 4 Torx bolts right here. These are all T30s.
The steps needed to access the other side are the same as this side.
Then we want to come kind of attached right above where the headlight housings are. There's 2 more Torx bolts we want to remove here. These are T25s.
Turn the wheel to give yourself better access to the lining.
Now we're going to come into the wheel well here. Now one thing I want to point out on this vehicle is in the wheel well there's 3 rivets here. There is one missing here on the bottom, but there's going to be 3 rivets. These are permanent rivets. So before you do any of this, you want to make sure these are what they look like. You're going to need to have some new ones because once you take these out, you can't reuse them. So you will need to have these new rivets before you do any of this. Now, to get these out, there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can either, there's a little hole kind of in the middle, and if you can get something in there and actually push this through, you can kind of loosen it up. Otherwise, you can just kind of get in there and pry them out. I also have this rivet popper where I can get this under here and just clip it off. However you need to do this, like I said, there's a couple different ways that you can do this, but like right now, I'm just kind of getting this in here, and I'm basically just going to kind of snip this off. You can see I kind of just pried that off and it broke, so that's fine. That's what we want. But you will need to make sure that you're doing this. If you're worried, this is plastic. If you're worried about scratching anything, you can put a towel up here as well.
Remove the bolt by turning it counterclockwise.
So now that we have those rivets out, we can kind of come to the outside and we're going to pull this trim piece back. I would just kind of start at the bottom here. This should come back pretty easily. There's really nothing like holding this on necessarily. So you may notice this black part is actually supposed to stay on with the trim piece. So if this isn't coming off, you will want to take this out of here. There are kind of some little tabs you can kind of get in here and just kind of hit these tabs and pull this out. But in theory, this black piece should still be attached, but as you can see, it kind of became disconnected. It shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem when we put this back on because everything will just kind of just line up when we put this back on. But basically, we just want to pull this back up to where like the bumper connects here. So now we have the trim pulled back. We can come back into the wheel well here. We want to locate kind of where the bumper connects. This can be a little difficult, but you want to pull the trim kind of down like that. And if we look up, there's 2 bolts where the head of the bolt is like facing downward. I'm actually going to use this snake bit here to get these out. It's a little bit tough to get a tool up in here.
Remove the bolts by turning them counterclockwise.
Turn the wheel to give yourself better access to the lining.
Remove the rivets. Remove the bolt by turning it counterclockwise. Remove the trim.
All right, so now that we have the liner back, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. Kind of get in here, pull this wheel well liner back. Again, this is kind of finicky, so just be careful. And then we're going to look straight up here. There's two bolts we got to take out. Okay, I think I have to do this with my other hand. Now we're going to come underneath the car and basically kind of all along the front, we're looking for 8mm bolts that we need to remove. So now underneath the car here, if we start kind of over here, what we're looking for, there's a bunch of 8mm bolts. They're kind of all along like the front of the car here. So basically if there's an 8mm bolt, just take it out. So now that we have all the bolts and fasteners out, we're going to come to one side or the other, doesn't matter which first. We're going to pull this bumper off. Now, you have to pull this kind of down and away. Don't pull like out on it. You want to pull this kind of like down like that. You can see it kind of just separates like that. And then we're going to go do the same thing on the opposite side here. And we should be able to get this bumper off. So now that we have the sides pulled back a little bit, we can kind of just come to the front here, and we should be able to just kind of pull this back. You can see it kind of fell down a little bit there, but that's okay. We'll just kind of set this down for now. Just kind of go like that. And then we want to come over here to the passenger side, and basically what we have is we have a couple connectors we want to remove. Now, there's one sensor connector right here that's kind of attached to the side here. It's a little sensor. I think that's actually the temperature gauge. And then there's another fastener that's kind of, or a connector rather, that's right here that we want to pull this guy off then as well. So once we have this one off here, we have this one connected still too. Now, what I would do is we can actually, there's a little fastener that kind of holds this onto the car. So I would kind of just pop this off here. I would just kind of pop that off like that. It's going to just make it that much easier for us. And then you can squeeze these tabs together. So now we're going to bring the bumper back up. Now before we do that, we're going to come over here and reconnect some of these connectors. We got the one on the side, which is for the little sensor there. And then we have this connector that we kind of popped off. First, I'll just reconnect it there. I think that one's for some of the sensors. And then you want to just put this little fastener back onto the car right there so that it's kind of back where it needs to be. Then we can just kind of tilt this. Now, the bumper needs to kind of sit over the panel underneath, so you can kind of slide the bottom part in first and then kind of just lift up on this. Be careful because that trim is still on the side here and it can get kind of caught up a little bit. Also, you want to make sure these little tabs up here are going under that little trim piece that's attached to the headlight housing there. Now, once we have this up into place, there are some clips kind of here on the top that this is just going to kind of slide into, which is nice because that's basically just going to kind of hold it. This should kind of hold it in place for us, and then we can kind of, we'll go to the sides there and kind of push those back in, and then we can start putting the bolts and stuff back in that secure this. So now we're going to come to one side or the other, doesn't matter which first, and we're just going to kind of position this and get it back into place. So just kind of push it there and then kind of push up and you'll kind of get it back in there. Now, there will be a little gap here when we put the bolts back in that'll kind of squeeze it up, so we can kind of just leave that for now. We'll go do the same thing here on the opposite side. We're going to go ahead and pull this back. We're going to replace the 2 bolts that are up in here. It's a good idea to kind of hand tighten these first, but again, I kind of had to use this little snake bit if you have like a small ratchet or something. So now we're going to put the trim back into place. There's a couple tabs up here, but basically we're just kind of lining up these tabs and pushing this back in. When you look kind of in the wheel well, this trim does need to kind of go over, like on the outside of the liner. So just keep that in mind when you're kind of lining this up. Now we're in the wheel well. We're going to put the bolt. I'm just going to pop this bolt back in that's on the bottom here first. That's easy enough. Now, like I mentioned earlier, we do need to have purchased these permanent rivets. We're going to put them in these 3 spots. Now, I have my rivet gun here. We're just going to pop the rivet in there. We're going to stick it in, and then if we squeeze this guy together, that rivet will automatically kind of just stay in there. And then that's all we have to do. So we'll do it again up here, pop this in here, squeeze this guy, boom. And then one more up here.
Turn the wheel to give yourself better access to the lining.
Replace the bolts by turning them clockwise. Align the trim and secure it to the vehicle. Replace the bolt by turning it clockwise. Replace the rivets. Replace the bolts by turning them clockwise.
We're going to put the bolts back in on the top. I'm going to start by putting the bolts in that are kind of right above the housing here. These are T25s.
Replace the Torx bolts by turning them clockwise.
And then at this point, we'll take this little piece of trim and just kind of pop it back down in here. There's just a kind of a little area that it kind of just pops down into. We'll take this trim piece. Basically, we're just lining up this with the ridge here.
Make sure the assembly is tight and secure.